After 12 years of torture versus Texas, the Cowboys finally got the better of the burnt orange the past 2 seasons, and both those wins were in Austin. So Saturday night, Oklahoma State finally got the opportunity to host Texas here at Boone Pickens Stadium. But with true freshman quarterback Wes Lunt out with a knee injury, it was J.W. Walsh who would get his first ever career start.
Meanwhile, making his first career start at quarterback for the Longhorns, Kevin Durant. Okay, that's not true, but Katie was looking to celebrate his 24th birthday with the Texas victory. OSU came in riding an 8-game winning streak at home. Cowboys hadn't lost at the Boone since Bedlam of 2010. Pokes wasted no time in this one. Second play from scrimmage. Joseph Randall takes the handoff, jukes a safety, runs through a cornerback, and turns on the Jets. 69 yards later, it's 7-0 Cowboys, only 39 seconds into the game. This was a track meet early, and Texas quickly struck back with a 44-yard touchdown pass to Jackson Shipley before J.W. Walsh made a costly mistake, throwing the interception to senior safety Kenny Vaccaro. And a minute and a half later, the Longhorns capitalized with a pretty 20-yard touchdown pass from David Ash to none other than Jackson Shipley. Broderick Brown said, "You get it." Shamil Gary thought you had him. The result, 7 points for the burnt orange. 14-7 Texas, 7:31 left in the first quarter. All Shipley did was catch 5 passes for 82 yards and 3 scores. Not bad for a sophomore. 5.5 minutes passed before the rapid-fire scoring resumed. Here, J.W. Walsh finds good buddy Josh Stewart over the middle. Stewart would only be 5'10", 180 pounds, but he bounces off the hit from Adrian Phillips. Makes a quick trip into the end zone. It's good for 44 yards, 7 points. The score is tied 14-all. Ensuing kickoff, taken back 100 yards by DJ Monroe. So 13 seconds later, OSU trailed 21-14. After 35 points were scored in the first 15 minutes, only 3 were scored in quarter number 2. 23-yard Quinn Sharp kick brought the Pokes within 4, 21-17 at the break. Third quarter, Sharp added another field goal, Shipley added another touchdown catch, and then, under 30 seconds left in the quarter, Walsh found junior receiver John Goodlett for the 20-yard touchdown, originally called no catch and originally driving coach Mike Gundy crazy. The ruling was overturned, as it was determined Goodlett had crossed the goal line before losing possession of the football. 2-point conversion failed. OSU trailed 28-26 after 3. That was Goodlett's only catch. J.W. Walsh completed 18 of 27 passes for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns with 1 interception. Not too bad for a first start against the number 12 team in the nation. 5.5 minutes into the fourth, OSU regains the lead as Joseph Randall follows up his nice 20-yard run with a 2-yard blast. 33-28 Cowboys. Randall rushed for a career-high 199 yards on 25 carries with 2 TDs. Randall has eclipsed 100 yards rushing in every game this season. But wouldn't you know it, Texas drives 75 yards in only 9 plays and caps the drive with a 1-yard run from Joe Bergeron. Sophomore ran 15 times for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. 34-33 Texas with 5:48 left. Of course, almost 6 minutes is almost an eternity for these quick strike offenses. And on the first play of the subsequent drive, Walsh connects with big Blake Jackson over the middle. At 6'3" and 235 pounds, the kid from Scottsdale Community College drags half the Texas team with him. When the scrum finally stops, the Pokes have gained 26 yards. That was Jackson's only catch of the game. Next thing you know, OSU is driven down to the Texas 13-yard line in only 3 plays, having used very little of that precious clock. So the Cowboys run the ball, drain the clock, but settle for a 24-yard field goal. OSU leads 36-34, but 2:34 still remains. The Longhorns actually converted on 4th and 6 to keep their hopes alive, and then David Ash found junior receiver Mike Davis for the nice high-flying catch over Justin Gilbert down inside the 5-yard line. Ash completed 30 of 37 passes for 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. Texas wasn't going to settle for the field goal. Bergeron powers in from 2 yards out with only 29 seconds remaining. It looked like the ball may have come loose as Daytwan Lowe emerged with it in his hands, but the play was reviewed, the score upheld, and Texas wins it 41-36. The Cowboys put up 576 yards of total offense in the loss, while surrendering 440 to Texas.
At times, a score for a team that loses doesn't always indicate what they put into it and the way they played. We made a couple mistakes. They made some mistakes. They made a play at the end, and they just happened to make the play when the clock ran out. I'll give them credit for converting on some third downs and then a fourth down and making a play at the end of the game. But I'm very proud of our football team, proud of the way they competed. I'm proud of their preparation for the last 2 weeks. We just came up short.
We're kind of up and down. You know, we need to be a little bit more consistent. Obviously, we're very disappointed in the fact we're not creating any turnovers. We had 2 or 3 opportunities. The ball's there. We don't get it. We did get 1 turnover, but we've got to have at least 3 or more, and we didn't get it. And turnover changes the game. When it's a game like this, boy, I mean, the turnover changes it right now. The 4th down stop does too.
We just got to get off the field on 3rd down and 4th down. We have to win the money down in order to, continue to be successful here. And that's something our coach is stressing. We have to do a better job as players, just getting off the field. But, it's definitely something that can be fixed easily.
And I'll regret that for a while. There's no question. I mean, obviously, what I thought was the right decision then, and Mike was on board with it, and it wasn't, So I'll have to live with that. I mean, obviously, when you don't score a touchdown, you have a chance to go for 2 and make it a 7-point game, and then it comes back to bite you. Of course, that's something I'll have to live with. Should have been more aggressive, obviously, and so it's just the way it is.
When you got guys running as hard as our running backs did tonight, it helps out a lot. And the holes they had just tremendous holes to run through too. As a whole, the offense played really well tonight, and I'm really proud of our guys.
We definitely played with character and fought to the end. I mean, it was a street fight out there. We went back and forth, and we gave it all we had.
I mean, losing is always tough. I mean, for the team, for everybody, even the fans, but just going in this week is going to motivate us, and we're just going to practice hard and move on and get ready for our next opponent.
So Oklahoma State now sits at 2-2, but those 2 wins have come against 2 terrible teams. The Cowboys must force more turnovers to turn this whole season around. Otherwise, Big 12 defending champs could have a very long and bumpy road ahead of them. Oklahoma State now has a bye week before playing at Kansas on October 13th. Reporting from Boone Pickens Stadium in Stillwater, Damon Fontenot, News OK Sports.